This side. Any questions? 12 rounds, obey my command. Buena suerte, good luck, let's go to work. Vamos a trabajar.
Boxer versus puncher. Right jab versus left hook. Road fighter versus star. Winky versus Tito.
There's enormous mutual respect between these two fighters. They don't dislike each other. If anything, they like each other. Does that make it more difficult?
No, that doesn't make it more difficult, but I like what Winky's doing already by feinting at Tito and using the jab. But no, that doesn't make it more difficult. We're competitors. It doesn't matter whether you like a person or hate them. You're competitors.
During three-fight introductions by ring announcer Michael Buffer, Tito Trinidad emerged from his knot of people in his corner of the ring, went to the center of the ring, waved and smiled at Wright as if to say, we're about to have some fun.
Well, Tito got to be smart. Make sure he fights the right type of fight.
Double jab by Wright, misses with the left cross. Double jab again. Wright occupying Trinidad early with his jab. And as they face each other in the ring, there is no question, there's no size difference here. If anything, Wright is bigger across the shoulder.
Yep, and the one thing I don't like that Tito is doing is moving to Wright's left hand.
I believe that what Trinidad is doing is that he believes he can box with Wright and let his power take care of itself in order. I don't believe he's trying to stand and deliver big punches.
He throws the right hand that Wright blocks with his left glove. He throws a left hook that Wright blocks with his right glove. And Wright fires his jab right up the center of Trinidad's guard. Hard to imagine Felix Trinidad is going to stay in a jabbing contest all night long with Winky Wright.
No, he won't win a jabbing contest.
Can't win it. Sneaks his right hand past Trinidad's left. Trinidad more tentative with his jab. Wright firing his.
Trinidad trying to get the measure of that right hand, which is dominating this first round.
Step on top of each other. Be more careful. Watch.
Interesting little lecture from Nady on keeping their feet clear. Southpaw against the conventional fighter. Sometimes the front feet will tangle. That's just the way it goes.
Usually they say the fighter that has his foot to the outside has the advantage because he has the other guy trapped in his power range. Here, I think Winky has the advantage because he's making Tito go where he wants Tito to go.
No evidence yet that Trinidad's just going to be able to huff and puff and blow Wright's house down. They fought a boxing match in the first round, and if you have to give an edge to somebody, it's the boxer. That's not terribly surprising, is it?
Nope.
And when we go to Trinidad's corner, where they'll speak Spanish, our interpreter is Ray Torres.
Give me a map. Tranquilo, Tito. Nice and calm. La izquierda alta para que paremos allá. ¿Está bien? Casi nos han llegado, pero yo sé que podemos... He didn't hit you with the left hand. Everything's okay. Keep your left hand up. Give him some water.
Just one.
Both sides.
One camera.
Good jab. Stay offensive.
Trust your conditions.
Stay offensive.
Out working. We just want to win every round.
It's okay. Winky Wright fighting with the residue of an infected ingrown hair just on the left side of his neck there. He was treated both Monday and Wednesday here in Las Vegas, received antibiotics Wednesday night. Ring medical authorities here satisfied that there is no problem facing either fighter because of the infection on Wright's neck. Round one given to Wright by Harold Letterman. Let's see if Tito Trinidad tries to get closer in round two.
He's got to find a way to either block that jab or come over it with his left hook. Otherwise, he's going to be standing outside all night trying to find space to deliver his harder punches.
I don't like his body language, and right now the way he's fighting, he only has one plan. That's not Winky out, and that's not going to happen.
You don't think so?
No,
he hasn't really caught Winky with a flush shot yet.
Yeah, look how off balance he is, and he's telegraphing his shots because he's just trying to knock out. Winky's cool, just jab him all night. Winky should be able to beat him just like that with his jab. Don't take no chances, cover up and jab him.
Doesn't look all that different from the two Mosley fights so far, and Winky Wright won them easily.
Yep.
He is tattooing Tito with the jab. Now he adds the left cross. Trinidad hasn't made his jab a factor. Wright's jab is owning the fight. Left hand by Winky Wright. Misses with that one, but shows that he can pop it right through Trinidad's guard. Hard right hand by Trinidad, partially blocked.
Wright has Trinidad fighting behind him. He's missing all the contact.
Trinidad, and now left hook upstairs. That looks like the direction Tito would have to go. Begin to attack the body. And he does it again. And a straight right hand into Tito's mouth by Wright, and he does it again. Winky Wright appears to be at the very top of his game in the first 5 minutes of action here.
And normally, like I said, he rises to the occasion.
What he's done in recent fights has always been able to fight just a little bit above the level of his opponent. That's why he's only had 6 stoppages in his last 25 fights over 10 years.
Look at him,
but it's been good enough.
Now, Tito has blood on the nose from that.
Jab and the left hand. They both landed on Tito's nose. Left hook upstairs and to the body by Trinidad. Right downstairs. And Winky Wright felt those shots. So Trinidad finally mounts some effective offense in the last minute of round 2. And he hasn't solved the puzzle of how to stop Wright from tattooing him with the jab. Okay, let me get them out. Okay, hands up.
Vamos a pelear un poquito más cerca, ¿sabes? Un poquito más cerca,
Come on, you gotta get closer.
Ah, vamos a pelear un poquito más cerca.
Come on, a little closer we need to get.
Mano alta.
Here you see the punch that's totally dominating and controlling this fight. That right jab right there, you see it come out of fake. You see it come straight off top. It goes over his guard, between his guard, over Felix jab, under Felix's jab. The right jab is totally dominating, and this is just the first 2 rounds, and you see that many jabs landing already.
Yeah, what is Tito doing wrong? I mean, theoretically, a southpaw jab ought to be able to be neutralized by a conventional fighter and vice versa.
When Tito stands puts too much weight on his front foot. See, his front foot is almost flat. He'll never get the way of a jab like that because his weight is always on his front foot.
This is what Hopkins proved.
Exactly.
That because of Tito's footwork, he puts himself in positions where you can counter his hard shot, and he doesn't have any chance to answer back.
Exactly. That's why he can't get rid of his jab right now. And he's going to get discouraged pretty soon because he only had 1 fight back. And the last time he remembered this feeling was against Bernard Hopkins. And it's not hard for him to remember that feeling.
And he got discouraged easily against Hopkins, or seems to. So we'll be watching carefully to see if Tito can bring himself to a higher level as Wright continues to do what he wants to do. Left hand over the top by Wright. And Wright seems to stun Trinidad with that left hand. Good body shot by Tito. And the right hand splits the guard of Wright.
And you notice Tito seems to stumble every time he punches, whereas Wright has a very rock-solid foundation under him.
Tito has a history of unsteady feet in the first few rounds, which resulted in 7 early round knockdowns by opponents in his career, including the 3rd round knockdown by Mayorga in the comeback fight. Look at Wright just stick the jab right up the middle, almost like it's a sparring session.
Trinidad corner gave Trinidad bad information. They told him to get closer, and he's getting hit even more by his jab. He's totally thrown off of his game right now because of that right jab.
Some questioned the advice that Papa Trinidad gave to his son during the Hopkins fight. It'll be interesting to see what happens here where he seems tactically outgunned. Now there's a straight right hand. Left hook to the body. But still, by getting closer, he's bringing himself more into range for Wright's jab.
Well, but he's got to get inside the jab, not just standing right in front of him, which is easier said than done, and certainly easier from ringside than in the ring.
Right hand blocked by Winky. The body shots have been the most effective attack so far for Trinidad, who's getting his hands under Wright's elbows and landing to the ribcage.
What Wright is doing is he got his hands up so high that he's not showing Trinidad a target. And if Trinidad doesn't see a target, sometimes he doesn't punch. And as you see right now, his punch output is nothing like he said he wanted it to be. Because he doesn't see a pure shot.
Papa Trinidad said over and over, we are technically superior to Wright. Well, that doesn't turn out to be the case. So what's plan B?
No.
Tranquilo.
Take some air. Keep going the way you do it, but a little closer. Are you listening to me? I said closer. Nice and cool. Come on, you need to get closer. Now we're going to stick him.
Don't get careless with the movement. I know he can't hurt you. He doesn't look strong at all tonight. Don't get careless. Hands stay up, all right? You're the boss here. Go out there and hit him with the jab. Back up. When he punches, you retreat. Hands up.
You heard the comment of Dan Birmingham, who has been the trainer of Winky Wright since he was an amateur 18 or more years ago, saying he doesn't look strong tonight. Do you agree with that, Roy Jones?
I definitely do. He never really looks that strong to me in a way, but he definitely looks even more off tonight. And I think Tito has been through so many tough fights, man. You know, the layoff did him some good, but he's so front foot heavy that he can't avoid anything. And these jabs are starting to take a toll on him already.
It's becoming a technical mismatch unless Tito can come up with something else. Harold Letterman, how do you have it to his wrist?
Okay, Jim. 30-27, 3 rounds to nothing. Winky Wright. Somebody says some lariat, but Tito Trinidad, he's doing wrong. Well, I'll continue with it after this. I'm sorry. But Jim, listen, he's circling the wrong way for 3 rounds. You don't go to your right against the guy who's a southpaw. You go to your left. It's unnatural for Tito to go to the right, and he absolutely can't hit Winky.
Tito mounted his biggest rally of the fight, brought the crowd out of their seats with a couple of big body shots and a left hook, and now Winky has turned it around and done the same thing.
Well, Winky is at the advantage right now because he can handle the guy that everybody thought for so long was better than him. He's on a confident high. He would not get tired now. He said he's in hard hurdle. This is what a guy wants.
And he tasted one big left hook flush and didn't move.
And so he's fine. But I told you the size differential was not going to be him.
Well, in fact, he looks like he's the stronger guy right now.
There's the jab again. And again. That time. Because Tito backed away.
Harold Letterman made a very important point when he said that Tito is moving to his right, which is the wrong way to move against the southpaw, unless you're going to stay back and stay outside.
The trickle of blood has begun again for Trinidad. Ironically, Oscar De La Hoya moved the wrong way all night long against southpaw Pernell Whitaker and managed to win the fight anyway. But Tito Trinidad won't help himself moving the wrong way against Winky Wright.
No, he won't. And Oscar De La Hoya was on the uprise. He's the younger guy coming to take over the older guy. He had a lot more energy. In this case, they're a year apart. That's not the case.
Body shot and a straight right down the pipe by Trinidad. Crowd gets excited sometimes, even though Trinidad's punches are blocked. They're so anxious to do something big. Tito missed the left hook, Wright landed the right. And now Winky goes back to popping and popping and popping Tito with the jab as there are 10 seconds remaining in the round. Trinidad had one at right again because of the predominance of his jab.
Listen, step back a little bit when you punch him and make him miss. Don't let him get any momentum hitting you to the body like that. Even on the step back. This guy's scared of you. You got him intimidated. Keep the offense working. Keep busting him with the jab. Show him a little bit different now something. Think the jab, hook, left hand, everything you've been working on. Get in, get out. Water's right under your hand. Get to the body, man. You can't lose me. I know. Breathe.
Así que queremos estar cerraditos porque ahora va a venir con los hoppers. No me coja los hoppers, ¿está bien? Inclusive nos vamos a traer nosotros con
He
nuestro
see Tito with his left hook to the body. Another left hook to the body, then a hook to the head, but he just, as a middleweight, just doesn't seem to have the power to even bother Winky Wright, and that's not good for him.
Well,
None of those punches really land clean.
Right, he hasn't landed a clean shot on him for 4 rounds. A clean, hard shot.
Through round 4, and how's this for a copy box window into what's going on here? Through 4 rounds, Winky Wright is averaging 49 jabs thrown per round. Trinidad's only throwing 37 total punches per round. Wright is just owning the fight with his jab. George Foreman seated in the stands tonight. Back in the day when George was sitting in your chair, Roy, he used to always say, this sport is easy if you have a jab.
And Winky is showing you that tonight. But the thing about it, that's Winky's best punch.
Trinidad counter-punching Wright and landing a right hand. And again, Trinidad bangs to the hip, the belt line of Winky Wright. Winky's just waiting for Jay Nady to begin disciplining Trinidad for that.
Trinidad should have been a long time ago, should have been told to put his left hand on top of Winky's right hand. Therefore, that would nullify that jab.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm wondering about, and I've asked about before, why he doesn't use his left hand to try to nullify that right jab and then work with his right hand.
He's not just controlling Tito with the jab. There are moments when he's humiliating him with it.
He hurt him with it, actually, I believe.
And you heard Dan Birmingham, the trainer of Wright, say, he's scared of you. That would be an amazing turnaround in the eyes of boxing fans if it were Tito who was scared of Winky.
He ain't scared of him, he's just discouraged right now because he can't make nothing happen. He can't get into this fight. Winky has not let him even get into the fight.
Wright lands easily. For Trinidad, it's all scratch and sniff. Well, there are going to be some welts on Winky's elbows and arms, but nothing much is reaching the ribcage.
Stop!
Second warning for low blows. And Trinidad's already apparently behind on the card. Losing points won't help. It's a little early to say that Tito needs a knockout, but I mean, what is going to change this?
Well, this is really discouraging for him and to him because his game is a little different. Now he's going to left like he should, but
Lands the left hook. Big Trinidad. Wright taking a few seconds off there. Blocks the right hand with his elbow and begins sticking the jab again.
every time Tito starts to go to that right, he just caught that jab again. Watch it. Every single time he moves to the right, he just caught that jab.
Right hook by Winky Wright. Varies the attack slightly, fires that right hook again, backs up, waits to land the jab, but the round comes to a close.
He lowered his guard. Now it's our turn. We're going to go for it now. That's it. From now on. A little bit more and we got him. But we got to throw more punches. Get a little closer.
Good work, champ. Good work, champ. This guy's all yours. He's all yours, champ. Keep pressing him with the jab. Keep the press. Him backing up, just keep the fucking jab in his face all the time. Go a left hand. Let's see a good left hand right on the chin. Come on. Go ahead, champ. I ain't gonna hurt him when you hit him with it. Couple deep. Get that water back there, guys.
Winky Wright is an all-around athlete who says he's good at everything and not great. Tonight he's been very, very good.
CompuBox numbers in round 5. Wright 21 out of 57. Trinidad 4 out of 46. Tito simply cannot get anything going offensively, and still, Tito's father, Papa Trinidad, says to him between rounds, "Oh, we're fine. Everything's in great shape. A little bit more and you've got him."
He's almost where we want him at. Where is that?
Trinidad does try to get closer. It's clear. And Wright uses that as an opportunity to pop the jab. Big left hook by Trinidad. Upstairs and downstairs. Winky backs off. You heard Dan Birmingham tell Winky, don't let him hit you. All you got to do is back up. That left hook was blocked.
The jab is killing Tito. Look at that. He cannot get rid of it.
Trinidad's lucky he didn't get a point deducted for the low blow there. Good little pop by Wright with the right hand. Jab, jab, jab. Trinidad reaching with his right. He hasn't made the straight right hand a factor in any way, shape, or form against the southpaw fighter. And if you have trouble landing the straight right hand, you're not in good shape to set up the left hook.
No, you're not. And once again, he's not moving to his left. He's going straight down the pipe, or he's moving to his right. And that's why he's getting caught so much. And he's trying to land these big punches to knock right out.
As he gets more frustrated, he wings shots more and more. The more you wing shots, the more Winky can land up the middle. Another perfectly blocked body shot by Wright after he landed a right hook and an uppercut. And he sticks the jab in Trinidad's face 1, 2, 3, 4 more times. Tito Trinidad can't stop Winky Wright's jab. There's no way.
He ain't trying to. That's what gets me. He's not trying to stop the jab.
You would have thought that they would have come up with some alternative strategy that would have said, okay, if you're having a hard time with the jab, do this.
They thought they were going to blow Winky away with power. That's the only explanation for what's going on.
And then, like you said earlier, they never have a plan B.
And right now, Wright is systematically breaking Trinidad down much the way Bernard Hopkins did, although in a different style.
Felix Trinidad has 35 knockout wins in his career. Only 4 of them came after the 6th round. And we're after the 6th now.
$1 million in the bank, baby. Every round's $1 million. Johnny got ready. You looking good, champ. That's his brother. I got you. What do you mean? Relax. Relax. You looking beautiful, man. Beautiful, man. Wait, please don't stand fucking still. I know, but I can see. Yeah, but at least drop. Yeah, but at least drop a little bit. Drop and look for a left hand. Don't stay in the line of fire. You're making this fight so one-sided, man. Keep it up. Right there. Hold it right there.
Okay, nice and calm. Easy.
Vamos a ver si podemos cambiar el ritmo de esta cosa porque podemos caer atrás en la pelea. ¿Está bien? Sí, podemos caer atrás.
He see Winky with that jab, left hand, right down the middle, and this is happening because Tito is right in front of him, straight up. They told him to get closer, straight left lead. He can't get out the way of anything because he's right in front of the man.
Nobody can beat Winky Wright from right in front of him. He holds up his his right hand like a medieval knight's guard in front, and he comes forward and pressures you. You've got to be at an angle to beat Winky Wright. A straight-in, straight-out attacker doesn't have a chance. Harold, how do you have it through 6?
Okay, Jim. 60-54, 6 rounds to nothing. Winky Wright. Jim, I saw something in the 6th round that I never thought I'd saw in a million years. Winky Wright actually backed Tito Trinidad up. He just jammed him to death, and Tito was going straight backwards. I mean, he's scoring effectively constantly with that right jab, piling up the points, blocking Tito's best shots, and just absolutely beat them up with the jab.
Before this fight, Winky Wright's most confident statement was, "My only fear is that I'll beat Tito so badly that I won't get to collect that big check for a rematch." Who would have thought that it might be true?
If this continues for the rest of the fight, you can be assured there'll be no rematch. First of all, who would want to see it? Much less have to go in there and get beaten up again.
It's a clinic. Remains a clinic.
Definitely will.
And it's such a clinic that you almost forget that the guy in front of Wright is the most dangerous one-punch puncher in the sport. Of course, after everything he's taken in the first 6 rounds, is he still the most dangerous one-punch puncher in the sport?
No, he's not. He's not close to the most dangerous one-punch puncher in the sport. As a matter of fact, right now he's one of the most discouraged punchers in the sport.
You know, and I would like to add this, guys, which is, as a welterweight, he may have been the most dangerous one-punch puncher. But it took him about 200 clean punches to York it down. And I don't know that he's a good puncher, but I don't know that he's a devastating puncher at this weight.
And before the night is over, if this keeps up, Felix Trinidad's face is going to show you how good Winky Wright is.
Well, the problem is it came out to pressure a pressure fighter. They didn't come out to box. They didn't come out to outbox a boxer. They came out to fight a pressure fighter against a pressure fighter. You're not going to out-pressure Winky Wright. That's what he does. His best punches is right jab and a straight left. Now, if you stand right in front of him, that's where those punches.
You don't have a prayer. I mean, I just think that, you know, you could beat him maybe from angles on either side, but in front of him, he's impregnable. The defense is too good and the attack is too quick.
And that's what he's been doing for years. I don't understand how they tell the man to get closer to him when he's just punching the shortest distance the shortest point in the distance is a straight line.
I think that it appears that Tito and his father have simply ignored who Winky Wright really is.
They're finding out.
Take a deep breath. Give me a towel. You gotta throw some punches, Tito. Give me some water. Put some water on the head. Nice and calm. Cool. Okay, hit him hard in the body.
Tito Trinidad got dismantled by Bernard Hopkins in New York. A lot of people wondered about the absence of intensity in his corner. Once again, Tito's father seems to be treating this as though, well, all right, the fight is going on and something good is going to happen sometime.
Then it had me wonder was the interpreter telling the truth.
I don't think he has any answers, but ultimately, a fighter like Trinidad who's been in the ring so long has to provide the answers himself.
That's a great point. He's the one who realizes now how difficult it is to get at Winky and how hard it is to stop the attack. Straight left hand by Wright knocks Trinidad's head back.
Winky Wright never fully commits to a big punch. So he is always in good defensive position.
Yep.
And that's why in his last 25 fights, he's only stopped 6 fighters, none of whom you ever heard of. He's very happy to fight in this fashion. Doesn't have to throw real hard punches. Just has to have his defense ready and throw short, sharp punches.
And Tito telegraphing all his punches.
Winky Wright blocked or partially blocked all but one of those Tito Trinidad shots, and there's nothing blocking Wright. When Wright throws power punches, he stuffs them into Felix's mouth. Boom!
He hurt Tito with that left hand in.
And he hurt him with the jab too.
Welts beginning to form under Tito's right eye.
The clinic continues.
Tito don't have an idea of what's going on right now.
He's just trying to get more and more intense. He's trying to focus more and more, but he's still shooting straight shots right in front of Wright, trying to huff and puff and blow Wright's house down, and it's not going to happen.
Well, he does have a belief in his power, and that keeps him going, hoping that one punch can change the fight. It doesn't look like one punch can.
Tito makes a glancing contact with the right side of Winky's head. Again, right on the belt line. Jay Nady chooses not to penalize Tito.
You don't need to.
Deducting a point at this point is non-essential.
It's a pointless penalty because this is such a well-pointed fight for Wright.
Good work. Good work. You'll win in every round, but as we go along, keep the jab in his face. Keep your distance. Don't stand there when he's punching. You hear me? Move your head like you did this round. Move your head like you did this round. Good.
Come on, Tito, you gotta stick him. Then when you go in, throw something.
He's the best 2 punches Winky landed. A 1-2 right flush in the face of Trinidad. That's come from Trinidad standing right in front of him. That pushed him back. That hurt him. And that's the first time Winky got a chance to put a real left hand on him the whole fight. 1-2 as best you can ask for. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that for Winky Wright.
Roy, it's been a full-scale annihilation so far. Tito is averaging 4 total punches landed per round. Wright is more or less landing at will. Is this the night, if it continues, that finally makes Winky Wright a superstar?
Oh, he's been a superstar. This will make him a superstar.
Among fighters, he's been a superstar for a long time.
Yeah,
I mean, for fans.
Yeah, it will, but the one thing that you have to still understand is he'll have to put Tito down to really do that. And if he does put him down, that will make him that star.
Then he'll be Hopkins. Because he'll have done what Hopkins did, right?
Yep.
A star is somebody who puts behinds in the seats. It remains to be seen whether Winky, as a champion, as a conqueror of Trinidad, if he does conquer him, will attract fans. That's what a star is.
Trinidad caught Wright on the ear with a left hook. Trinidad is trying very hard to do something that might reverse the tide. Trinidad is still flirting with having a point taken away for low blows.
He has no other choice. That's the only shot he can land.
It's sort of like lashing line drives into foul territory. Look at Winky just popping.
You don't often see such a comprehensive beating of a fighter considered a great fighter.
Watch your head.
From start to so far.
Like a race on.
We got to remember, though, Larry, Tito is one of those fighters who had one of those quick outbursting careers. He fought everybody on the block for a short period of time there, and it's possible that pretty much all of his fighters, the best fights have already been behind him. He's 33 years old. He's been in the toughest fights with some of the toughest fighters that came up through his time and era. And right now, I think we're seeing the outcome of some of that hard work.
Perhaps, but I don't know that there was ever a day when he could beat Winky Wright, given their styles.
Now, I'm not saying he could beat before, though. You're right. Winky hasn't had but 1 or 2 noteworthy fights, which was the Vargas fight. Like I say, he fought Bronco 1,000 times. He doesn't have any damage on him.
Well, maybe this would have looked different at 147 pounds, but you made a tremendous point earlier, Roy. Wright is, if anything, the bigger man, and it has shown here.
Yeah, he's definitely the bigger man. That's why I said if Tito couldn't hurt him, he wouldn't have a problem.
Watch your head.
And hurting him is not what the problem is. Tito can't even hit him.
In the days before the fight, reality seemed to dawn on boxing experts, who began picking Wright with far greater frequency. And here comes the point deduction.
Jay Nady may be right in deducting a point. I don't understand why you interrupt the fight to deduct the point, why you can't do it when the round is completed.
Interesting question.
You may disadvantage the fighter who's in charge.
Winky pats Tito on the back as if to say, hey, this has been fun. Keep it up. I'd like to beat you up for 3 more rounds. And for the first time, a ring doctor is going to look into the corner.
That shot should not be called low blow. It's right on the belt. The belt line is above the navel. Therefore, that should not have been called a low blow. But the referee knows what he sees, and I guess he warned him about it, so we have to go with the referee's call.
Is a fighter aware when ring doctor comes to watch him in the corner?
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
Pégale fuerte cuando le pegue. Pégale fuerte. Pégale fuerte cuando le pegue. Pégale fuerte cuando le pegue. Le pegue, pégale fuerte.
Hard you have to hit him.
Off of what's happened so far, you wonder whether Trinidad is going to retreat back down toward the welterweight division, the way De La Hoya says he might, and the way Mosley already has.
Felix Trinidad has landed in single digits in every round. Wright landed 21 of 36 power shots in a one-sided night. Harold, how do you have it so far?
Okay, Jim. 9-0, 90-80. Winky Wright. You got to give him an extra point in round 9. To answer Larry's question, Larry, when a guy gets hit low, for Christ's sake, you got to give him a rest. So you call time and you take a point away from the offending fighter. It's that simple.
If the fighter has been hurt and looks like he needs a rest, yes. But there was no indication from Wright that he was under any distress.
Maybe he said it was the 3rd time he got hit low. He took a point for low blow. That's why they call time.
Trinidad stuffed his jab into Wright stuffed his jab into Trinidad's mouth a couple times. Trinidad gets exercised by it and bangs his fists hard into Wright's gloves. Oh, what a right cross. Right hook. And another right hook.
I don't think I ever seen Winky land as many right hooks on one fight.
You know, Roy, his hands are so quick because he doesn't fully commit that Trinidad doesn't have a chance to shoot his left hook over that right jab.
Nope, not at all.
You know, normally in a conventional fighter, you want to see if the opponent can shoot a right hand over the jab, and here you want to see if he can throw the left hook. But he's never been able to time that jab all night long.
Not at all. Because he's so front foot heavy though. All of his weight is used on his front foot, so he can't time and he can't get out the way of it. See that? See where his foot weight is there? And he jabs, all of his weight is forward.
Statistically, Wright has now landed 147 jabs in the fight, and that is more than anyone has ever landed against Trinidad in a fight. Oscar De La Hoya landed 143 of them. Might have landed more if he fought the last few rounds differently, but basically, Winky Wright has dominated Felix Trinidad, if anything, even more than Bernard Hopkins did.
Yeah, he beat him worse than Bernard beat him. He kept the pressure on him all night. He's tattooing him to death. He's not hitting him quite as hard as Bernard did, but he's definitely tattooing him.
Uppercut, straight left hand. The clinic continues.
Well, he's trying to knock him out now because he realizes he can do whatever he wants to do to him, so he's gaining confidence, and he's trying to get him out of there now.
I don't think that's really on his mind, Roy. It never has been. He's always stayed within himself.
I've never seen him throw these type combinations like he's throwing tonight.
Don't you think his confidence has soared to a new high level?
This is what I'm telling Larry.
at the crowd as if to say, do you love me now? Do you know me now?
All right, how you feel? Good. All right, good. Man, you're looking fucking great, Ricky. You're looking great. Keep busting him. Don't stand there. De La Hoya let up in the last 2 rounds and one like you, and then give it to him. Don't let it happen to you.
He see what's been happening all night long. Right jab, right there, right jab. Right jab, over the top of Tito's left hand. Right jab, right over the top of the left hand. Right jab, right over the top of this left. Right jab, again, right over the top of the left. He cannot get going because he's getting caught with too many right jabs repetitively over the top of his left hand.
You gotta change the fight with one good punch. You gotta hurt him. Let's go, Tito.
They know the score in Trinidad's corner. And between rounds, the crowd responded. You saw Winky Wright holding his gloves up. They chanted, Winky, Winky, Winky. Might be the first time in his career he heard that kind of love.
But he deserved it. He fought a brilliant fight tonight.
I think the name Winky has helped Winky Wright.
Felix Trinidad scored 1 12 knockout in his career. That was back in 2000 against Fernando Vargas. That was a fight that Trinidad had dominated most of the way. So to score a comeback knockout here would be a very tall order and something that has never occurred before in Trinidad's career.
Well, you got to remember, Jim, most of Trinidad's action-packed fights are against gamblers. This guy he's fighting tonight is the last guy ever to gamble with him. Therefore, he won't get a chance to get in the fight because Winky ain't gonna gamble with him.
And the point that Larry makes about shorter, quicker punches that leave you in a better position to defend, I think we're going to see more of that style. It's done wonders for Vitaly Klitschko in the heavyweight division.
Yep, it sure has.
When you fight this way, you have better balance, you can better defend, and you can mount your attack quicker.
You know, Tito Sr. told Tito Jr. to go after Wright because he's got to land a big punch to change the fight. But Tito has almost given up, it appears. Well, he's almost conceded the fight because he's not really trying.
I don't see that. I think he's still trying to land something big.
Well, he's moving in, but I don't see him really letting go.
Well, you don't see that, Larry. You don't see where to let it go at.
Well, that's exactly right.
He can't see a target.
Yeah, that doesn't mean to me he's given up. It just means he can't see a target. And that's been the case since round 1. But Winky can see the target.
Really?
Bullseye.
You know, this is an anti-climax, given the hopes that this would be a very tough, hard, close fight. But for Winky Wright, it looks like the biggest climax that he could imagine as a prize fighter.
Ronald Winky Wright moved to St. Petersburg, Florida at age 15 from Washington, D.C. Grew up in a section of St. Petersburg that produced many great athletes. Dwight Gooden, Gary Sheffield, several others, all friends of Wright. In fact, he's got many of the Tampa Bay Bucks here supporting him in the crowd tonight. Very popular with other athletes, very popular with other fighters, and about to become very popular with boxing fans.
Estamos haciendo pelea.
We're still in the fight.
Porque te lleva con bastante yapi.
Swallow it. Champ, you the beast! We haven't won this fight yet. All right? We haven't won this fight yet. De La Hoya let up and they give it to this guy. Don't let it happen to you. Walk away.
Okay, we'll try to do what we can. Okay, but don't get hurt.
I got it.
What a great job trainer Dan Birmingham has done over the years in helping to refine and sustain Winky Wright's style. you're a guy like Dan Birmingham, you're training in a non-boxing capital like Tampa or St. Pete. You need to find that one fighter who's going to lift you to public prominence. He had to wait a long time, just as Wright had to wait.
But they both got there now.
It's a huge night for both, unless something goes wrong in these last 2 minutes and 40 seconds.
I don't see that happening because Winky's not going to gamble.
And Tito power as his normal stuff.
There hasn't been anything close to a knockdown so far.
A final flurry from Trinidad. 2 minutes to go. He tries to salvage something that hasn't been there all night long.
No targets hit.
Wright continues to come forward, continues to put the pressure on Tito. Trinidad would have lost the decision against Bernard Hopkins if the fight had gone to the final bell. Got knocked out instead. If this fight goes to the final bell, it'll be the first decision loss of Felix Trinidad's career. I'm not even contemplating the possibility that we're wrong about this, because you'll seldom see a more one-sided fight. Largely pro-Trinidad crowd, mostly quiet now on the 12th. Not even wasting the energy to try to lift their man. The outcome, cut and dry.
The crowd is chanting Winky.
The Trinidad fans are saying, what happened?
Buckled the knees of Trinidad.
Enough to probably win the round after he hadn't done much up to that point. Ricky Wright's so dominant over Wright and Trinidad, he's just picking spots.
Yeah, a round and again doesn't even have to win.
Yep. Well, he went through most of his career without any opportunities to fight big-name fighters. Now Ricky Wright makes his statement. Who's next? Who wants to take on the new king of the 160-pound weight class and maybe the most skilled defender in the sport?
Opportunity, and he seized it by the throat. Winky Wright was given an opportunity, and he seized it by the throat.
Big time. Despite an infection on the front of his throat, he took the 160-pound world championship, or I should say the superiority in this class, and jammed it down Trinidad's throat. Now, I said the new king of the 160-pounders, obviously. Hopkins, Taylor, there are a lot of fighters in this division. What I mean is a new star at the middleweight level.
Well, I'll tell you what. I think Trinidad pretty much going to pack it in after that one.
It'll be interesting to see.
I don't think he'll come back. I would rather see him pack it in now.
He had the great moment of glory against Mayorga that prompted most, at least in the public, to think he was going to win here too. Trinidad was the betting favorite in the fight. Media polls, among large numbers of reporters, slightly favored Trinidad, but if you narrowed it down to the experts, they favored Wright. Here are the three judges who will make the decision. Dave Moretti scored Mosley 1 for Winky Wright, as did the other two judges.
They could have did this like they did the old school scoring.
Jerry Roth, one of the judges who had Felix Trinidad beating Oscar De La Hoya. Jerry Roth is known to favor aggressive fighters. Winky was certainly the aggressor here, and The third judge is Dwayne Ford, another veteran like Roth and Moretti. Winky Wright's already giving victory interviews in there as we await the official decision. And now Michael Buffer has that telltale piece of paper in his hand. Let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at the MGM Grand, we go to the scorecards. Dwayne Ford scores it 120 to 107. Dave Moretti 119, 108. Jerry Roth 119, 108. All to the winner by unanimous decision from St. Petersburg, Florida. He is Ronald
Well, two of the judges found a courtesy round to give to Felix. Dave Moretti had it as a whitewash all the way through. Haven't seen Harold Letterman's final card, but I assume that was 120 to 107. Oh, he gave the last round to Trinidad, 119, 108. Final CompuBox numbers will show how extremely one-sided the combat was. Wright dominant not just in the jab, but probably ultimately in the power punch category too. Landing 204 more punches, throwing 199 more punches, landing at triple the percentage of Trinidad, who barely scratched. Jabs, oh my gosh, what a wipeout this will be. Landing 170 more jabs, throwing 261 more, and landing at 6 times higher a percentage than Trinidad. Power punches, Wright will have the edge there too. Landing 34 more, throwing 62 less, landing at more than twice the percentage of Trinidad, who almost landed 20% of his power shots. But even though he tried, Felix really tactically wasn't in the fight. Let's go to Larry Merchant in the winner, or in the ring with the winner.
Thank you, Jim. Congratulations, Winky. Could you have imagined such a complete victory for you?
I could imagine that. I told y'all a long time ago, they was running from me, nobody believed me. I keep proving myself over and over again. All the critics, you must hush and give me my praise.
Well, the critics more than picked you to win this fight than picked him. So the critics weren't entirely arrayed against you by this time. But the question is still, you beat him so comprehensively that you kept him out of the fight totally. Could you have imagined that much?
No, I think they underestimated me a little bit because like he said, I moved up from junior middleweight, but he didn't know I would be that strong. He's a great fighter, got a big heart. I hit him with some great shots, and you know he took it and kept moving. I heard him in the face a couple of times. He's a tough fighter.
You look bigger and stronger than him.
I felt stronger. Like I said, it's just, you know, I had to watch out for his punching power. He got a great hook. I just kept my eye on the hook and just boxed around and moved. Like I said, I take my hat off to him. I know the next fight gonna be great. He's gonna go home and work on it.
Do you think, after beating him 12 rounds to none, that he's gonna want to exercise a rematch clause?
Yes, because he got a heart of a champion. He a true champion. He got a heart of a champion.
I gotta ask you something. All these people here and out there in the television world just saw you pitch a shutout.
Hey,
why would they want to see that again?
That was tonight. Next fight may be different. Like I said, he's gonna go home and work on it. We're gonna give the fans what they want to see. I know they want to see it again. Trinidad, great fighter. And he underestimated me a little bit, but I know next time he won't.
If he decides not to fight you or even to retire, give us what you think your agenda might be.
I don't know. We got a fight we got to do with Don King, and you know DK gonna bring the money to us and give us a big fight. That's what he always
Would you like to fight the winner of Taylor and Hopkins if the rematch doesn't happen?
If the rematch doesn't happen, then surely I would. But like I said, my first honor is to give Tito a rematch whenever he wants.
Why wouldn't you?
Because I'm a man of my word, and he's a great champion to give me the opportunity.
Thank you very much, Winky. Congratulations again. All right.
Okay.
Tito, could you imagine this fight would be as tough as it was?
¿Te imaginabas que esta pelea sería tan dura como lo fue?
Bueno, en realidad pues, fue bastante dura. Winky, yo siempre dije que Winky debía de venir en una condición óptima y lo vino así.
It was a tough fight. I always knew that Winky would come in optimum condition, and he did.
What gave you the most trouble?
¿Qué es lo más que te dificultó, te dio problemas?
Bueno, él tiene tremendo jab, me utilizó bastante el jab. Puedo decir que jab, utilizó mucho jab de izquierda y me llegó bastante con el jab de izquierda, no puedo negarlo.
Mainly the jab. He had a beautiful jab and it reached me a lot.
It seemed that you couldn't land the power punch cleanly. Why?
Pareció que no pudiste conectarle un golpe poderoso en toda la noche. ¿Por qué?
Bueno, sinceramente, mire, hubo un momento que quería tirar al cuerpo, pero me estaba un poco trancado porque no quería que me quitaran puntos y como quiera me lo hicieron.
Because I was kind of cautious. I didn't want to lose any points, and I was kind of tight because I didn't want to lose any more points.
You have the right to a rematch. You've just been beaten virtually by a shutout. Do you want a rematch, and why would you?
Tú tienes la oportunidad de una revancha, pero perdiste una pelea casi completa. ¿Crees tú que quieres una pelea de revancha?
Eso lo vamos a hablar con mi padre, que es mi manejador, Don King. Yo siempre soy un peleador que me gusta la pelea, el reto, y si vamos a la revancha, seguro que sí.
We'll talk about it with Don King, my father. I'm a fighter that likes to have challenges. We'll see what happens.
Will you consider now retiring from the ring?
¿Ahora considerarías tú retirarte del boxeo?
Yo tengo que hablar con mi padre, con mi familia inmediata, mi esposa, todo o sea, por ejemplo, mi padre y yo somos los que vamos a decidir todo mi carrera. Yo estoy joven y yo estoy muy fuerte todavía.
I haven't decided yet. I don't know yet. I have to discuss it with my father, my family. I'm still young and strong, maybe.
So it is a possibility that you would come to that decision.
Entonces hay una posibilidad que tú llegues a esa decisión de retirarte de hoy en día.
Eso no te lo voy a contestar ahora mismo porque en realidad no estoy pensando en eso. Solamente voy a hablar con mi padre, vamos a ver qué decidimos.
I really can't answer that now. I still have to discuss it with my father. We'll see what happens.
Thank you very much, Tito.